Okay, here's a story time on how Alabama Barker made me the most confident bitch ever. Okay, disclaimer, I won't be using any names for this video. This is literally just my experience and I want to share it because it taught me a lot. And I don't know, I love the story times. I'd be seeing like all the bad bitches post story times, so yeah. Okay, so this is a story time about some roommates that I had in the past. It was absolutely insane. During this time in my life, a lot of stuff started transitioning. Like, I'm telling you, I got into a healthy relationship after being in a really toxic situationship or whatever the fuck it was. I had a lot of things like changing in my life. Like, I started realizing friends that I had were not actually like friends for me. I came through a lot of realizations. I guess the frontal lobe was developing.
And everyone around me were all just like realizing things.
But needless to say, I was really learning who I was as a person and stepping into my worth, which I feel like a lot of women and men need to do. I started clocking some weird shit. Like, one of my roommates really started saying some backhanded shit to me. For example, one time she came into my room like unannounced and was like, "You're the only girl I'm jealous of." And at the time, like, I've never had someone say that to me, but I was like, I took it as more as like admiration. But as time started to go on, I was like, oh, like, bitch, you're jealous, like in a weird way. I got into a healthy relationship. One of them said seeing me in a happy relationship triggered them. It was like a lot of weird things that were being said. One of them would go to like her therapy appointments and then come out and tell me that like they had conversations with their therapist about me, and they would be like, oh, my therapist said that you need to slow down and you process trauma like this, or tell me things like you're too much of a positive person. And it's just like, one, why are you psychoanalyzing me? Two, as someone that has been in therapy and who goes to therapy, I feel like everyone should go to therapy. I've never sat and had like detailed conversations with my therapist about someone. Two, a therapist is not gonna go in detail about someone else's trauma or like say, oh, this person reacts to this trauma because of this, because they're not licensed to do that. Your therapist is your therapist, not mine. So I don't know why she would like come out and like try to like tell me about myself. Like, things just started to get weird and I started clocking it. I was like, this person is not cool, she's not cool, she's not. Then they all consecutively like just started to get really weird, especially after one time like I came home from school and I just needed to eat like all of my forks. Mind you, these are my forks that I bought, and at the time we did share everything. But the thing is, if I'm letting you use my forks, all you need to do is just clean up after yourself, wash them. I would come home and all of my forks would be in the sink, and like, I'm hungry as fuck, all I want is some fucking food to eat my forks. So I called one of them out and I was like, hey, like, I know we're all busy. I was very cool about this, but I was like, can we please like wash our dishes, especially, a little bit, because the sink would pile up. One. Two, one of my roommates would I would rarely see her clean. Like, I would rarely see her behind the sink. Like, I think I saw her once or twice the whole time I was living there. So it just became very frustrating. And I don't know, she took it as, I don't know how she took it, but I cannot make this shit up. Excuse me, after, or maybe 2 days after, all my forks go missing. All of them. And about 6 to 7-ish like stainless forks all go missing. And when I confronted her about it, she said something like, oh, like, I don't know where they went. Like, maybe they fell down the drain. Mind you, these are metal forks. And it's like 6 or 8 of them. Around that. You're telling me all of them fell down the... Like, come up with something better if you're going to sit in my face and play me like I'm dumb. So, yeah, all of these things started to happen. And I was like, y'all are weird. Mind you, it just became a very like weird situation. I just recognized these bitches were not my friends or people I wanted to associate myself with. And one of the roommates that I had, she said like, oh, I see one roommate side, and like, I just didn't like how she was playing the middleman, because she was like, I don't want to start drama. Whole time she is the drama because she's contributing to it and talking shit. So it's just like, make up your mind. So I'm like, it's okay, I'll make the job easier for you. You're not my friend. And I just disassociated myself from the situation, which is cool. I feel like if I don't want to be friends with you, that is fine. Or if I don't want to talk to you, that's fine. Especially after all the weird shit that they were doing to me. That's the least I could have fucking done. After that, the space really got very disturbing. I really believe that me not being friends with them or talking to them did something to their ego, because the way that they acted after that, the way that they were provoking me was just crazy. Like, for example, a lot of my stuff started breaking. Like, I had a mug that broke. They said it was an accident and they fixed it. cool, I'll give them that. But then I had a water bottle that I literally left up in the cabinet. I only touched it for special occasions, and that would be when I would make matcha like once or twice a week. Like that was the only time I used that cup in the cabinet, right? It's not something I leave on the counter. One day I went out with my friends and I came back. The water bottle was on the counter, like broken. Wasn't broken before. It wasn't even on the counter before I left. So either someone dropped it and took it, or they took it out and broke it. And when I confronted him about it, it's like it was a whole thing. Like I sent like a message, other parents involved for what I got my money for, as they should. Like, don't break my things again and play me like I'm dumb. I'm not stupid. Don't do that. You know, living in a very like uncomfortable situation like that, it will kind of like drive you a little cuckoo, because they started doing things, and then when I would like confront them for it, they'd be like, act like I was crazy about it. But it's like, anyone in their right mind could see things. Like I even would have friends over and they'd be like, why are they doing this? Like that's mad weird. I was like, oh, y'all are seeing that too? And they're like, yes. Like, but like in the space, because I was like the only person there, like not really engaging with them, it was like, it was crazy shit. It became a whole weird ordeal. You know, I would go to work, get my bag, go to school, and like hang out with my boyfriend, hang out with my friends. I would mind my business. One day I would come home, and sometimes I'll come home from work and the soap in the common area by the sink would go missing. And I was like, that's weird. So I would like text them. I'd be like, do we need soap? Nobody would respond. I was like, all right, we don't want to be mature. I asked them in person. I was like, are we out of soap? They were like, yeah. So I would buy soap. The soap would go missing like another day. So I was like, you know what? I'm not playing these games. So I would literally keep soap that I would buy from the grocery store and keep it in my room and only like bring it out to wash my dishes. You know, that's a smart thing to do. So one day my boyfriend was staying in my room while I went to work, and I came back from work one day and my boyfriend was like, yo, like your roommates were talking shit about you. I was like, what they say now? And he was like, oh, they said something like she could have like left the dishes. Like, how is she washing dishes without soap? She's gross. What? Mind you, this is the roommate that I've probably seen once or twice behind that sink the whole entire time we lived there. Like, she was literally dirty as fuck. Like, she kept raw chicken in the fucking fridge for months at a time, didn't clean it. Like, I could go on a whole rant about how this bitch was just dirty as fuck. So now looking back, I recognize that was literally just projection. But again, like, I didn't see it that way at the time. I was like, this bitch is talking shit and I gotta address it. So y'all, this made me very upset. Like, I think this is what their motive was. This is just what I'm assuming. I used to say this all the time. Like, one thing I would like hate is like if someone called me like dirty. Like, I really do not play about messes or like being clean. Like, I'm just not that type of person. I'm very organized. Like, I like things to be, I get very stressed out in really messy areas. So I think that's why it bothered me so much that they said that, because it's like, you know, I'm not a dirty person. You know, I would never do that. But it's like you're trying to provoke me and get a reaction out of me. And not gonna lie, they did that day. Because I remember I went out my room. My boyfriend was like, no, it's okay, chill. And like, I was like speaking loud so that they could hear me, because I knew they were in their rooms. And I would be like, I'm dirty, but y'all haven't cleaned the dishes in like a week at a time. Because they would have dishes sit there for a week. Like, I really think that they were trying to get me out of the space. But like, I wasn't about to do that. Nonetheless, like, the living space was uncomfortable, but I liked my room. Like, I'm not about to uproot myself because to make y'all comfortable. Came out, I was like angry. I was like, the fuck? Like, you're saying I'm dirty, but you've never cleaned up. Like, I was getting really upset. They ended up coming out the room. They didn't say anything, but like, they were like snickering and washing their dishes because I said something, and they cleaned up as they should. But I remember just seeing like their faces and them laughing. Like, something started clicking in me, and I was like, this is what they wanted. They wanted a reaction out of me. How sick is that? I remember going back into the room. My boyfriend was like hugging me. He's like, yo, it's not that serious. Like, you know, you're a clean person. They're just saying that shit just to get you mad. And like, I didn't get that at first. I was like, no, like, fuck them, fuck all that. They're trying to disrespect me. Like, that was me. I was like, fuck them. I remember I got on the phone with my best friend, right? I'm FaceTiming her. I'm telling her, I was like, bro, like, I can't do this shit. They're so fucking weird and annoying. And my best friend was like, yeah, they're weird, but they're just trying to get a reaction out of you at this point. She was like, you know, you're clean. I know you're like the cleanest person I know. Everyone on earth knows that you're like jittery. when your space is not clean. And so I was like, you're right, like it's just hard. And she was like, yeah, it's hard, but like you really can't give them that. So then we were like, you know, on TikTok scrolling, and we saw like Alabama Barker was trending for like some beef that she was in. Me and my best friend, we were just talking, and we were like, damn, like why is she always in some beef? Like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm like, damn, like she's so pretty. I think Alabama Barker is like gorgeous, but I'm like, she's so pretty. Like every time I'm on TikTok, I see that she's reacting to someone or like responding to a hater, but it's like they're hating because she's up. Like we were literally talking about that. And then my best friend was like, it's just so sad because I just really feel like she doesn't know who she is, because anybody would want her place. Like anybody would want to be like the stepdaughter to the Kardashians. Like everybody would want that money. Like everybody would want like a Birkin. And I don't know why when my best friend said that, it clicked in my head. I don't know what it was. When she said the words, she does not know herself, or she wouldn't be responding like this. You know, she's young, I get it, but like that literally clicked in my head. I was like, oh my god, like I need to stop reacting. I was like, that literally changed the trajectory of everything. Because I was thinking, I was like, I know I'm a clean person. I know I had the soap in my room and I was washing my dishes and putting the soap back. They may have not known that, but I know that. So why am I bothered that they're trying to get a reaction out of me over something that's not true? Y'all, ever since then, fuck what any bitch has to say about me, I stopped giving a fuck. Like, it literally transitioned my mind, and thank you to my bestie for that, because she doesn't even know how hard that one line literally like rewired my brain. From that point forward, I never gave those bitches any reaction. They would start doing like other like literally like petty things to me, like turning off the stove while I was cooking, like little things. I literally just acted like out of sight, out of mind, and my life got so much better. I just focused on myself. I focused on my boyfriend. I focused on the people that actually like love me and are not doing that hating weird shit. Literally, I just realized a lot of the stuff that they were doing was just projection, and I no longer like internalize anything that they were saying or doing about me, because all they were doing was talking at the end of the day. Like when I realized like they weren't stopping my bag, they weren't stopping literally anything, I was like, you know what, it's not even that serious. But all thanks to Alabama Barker, I walk through life with a different point of view. And just remember, hate only comes from below. No one doing better than you would ever be hating on you. And it's really important to know yourself and get to know yourself. But yeah.